Okay, greetings and join us. Okay, I just found this. Oh yeah, what year is it? I think it happened in. This is kind of like a last minute. Let's see. Oh, 1973. So 1973. I didn't know anything about this. Uh, so it was in the Mississippi area of United States. Pascagoula, something like that. I can't pronounce anything. Even when I think I got it. Like I feel like I got the pronunciation. I get here and I can't do it. So anyway, Pascagoula, something like that. UFO abduction. I guess these. I just looked at this like right now. So it happened in 1973. I guess these two guys were fishing in a lake bed or river. I don't know what it was. But anyways, these alien beings, like creature type, like a robot being, came and abduct them. I feel like there's a reptilian energy connected to that. And I don't know if it was grays that they saw. I believe that's what they saw, but it was like a catch and release. So the aliens caught the people, brought them to their ship, did their whatever they needed to do with them, and then threw them back. Something like that. That's the vibe I'm getting from it. So, and then they're telling their friends about it, and they're scared to tell people about it, obviously, because it's nuts. Of course, I guess the skeptics are going to tear that one apart and like he was making it up and all that. Why would you make up something like that? It's like, and you're keeping it secret for like 10 years or something, and you're going to write a book about it just to, you gotta. I mean, if it's trauma, so it's the book actually helps you heal from it. So whatever, the skeptics will just tear everything apart. So got nothing better to do because they take the fun out of everything. Yeah, that's why we're a cheerleader of this world. So, even some of the skeptics, some of them are from Orion. Yeah, because there's agendas here. Obviously, um, some of them have like a controller. They might not know that. They're just here to be kind of a parasite. There's sometimes they're right about certain things, but then there's just basically kind of to suck the life out of this world. They're doing a really good job of it. They take the fun out of it. Let's put it that way. They don't look like they're fun people to be around. It's always crying and having some kind of mental breakdown that the alien people are lying to them and all that. It's like, there is some delusion, obviously, in the spiritual community, boys. That's the truth of it. That's like it's the theme, delusion. It's a major theme, just like religion. When they figure that out, you can become more connected to yourself. But if you don't, not into that, that's fine. But anyway, so tap into some of that. Actually, more I see the abduction stuff, I'm not sure how much will come out of it, but you never know. You get the aliens' perspective to some level. Always a version of it, of course. And Predator drones, the Merchants of Death. I spelled that right, yeah. So I'll post this in a second. So I found this. I wasn't looking for this. I think I got an energy attack from it yesterday too. I had no idea why. So I found on accident. It was a contractor, a aerospace contractor. I think I probably haven't seen it when I did searches and didn't think anything of it. It was General Atomic. I'll show the site in a second. But they created the Predator drones. They're the ones that they use overseas. Yeah, that's why Obama has all this karma because they're merchants of death. Of course, Lockheed Martin, I guess, makes the missiles for it. but the drone is the vehicle. But you think they would make the drone and the missile, but they're not into the missile business, the drone business. And also they're in the surveillance business. It's like connecting to Skynet. Jeez. And it's a company, and it's not that well known or known by anybody, but they created the drone, uh, or created the Predator drone, which eventually the drones you can buy at the store probably came from that. Not that they're involved with that. But yeah, these guys are high elite energy for sure, and there is blood on their hands. It's mostly on those that put the order for the kill. They're the ones that get the most of the karma for it. Like you're an army person that it's in an air conditioned room. You just hit the button. If you're going by orders, you might get some karma for it, but you're just doing your job. It depends on how you feel about it. You probably feel some kind of remorse, probably somewhere there. Especially when you're killing somebody that shouldn't be killed. Of course, even a lot of these so-called bad guys, like Bin Laden, a lot of it's manufactured. No surprise there, right? We just manufacture our villains, so there's a lot of that. So obviously, right? But yeah, this is some heavy. So I was looking at. I just happened to stumble upon this. I was looking just in my feed show like filming locations for a movie that was a real genius. I just happened to look up one of the companies that they had a filming location there, and that's where I found the General Atomic, and it's like, geez, like as a company that probably no one's ever heard. You heard of Boeing, heard of Lockheed Martin. They all have Merchants of Death written on them, but this company is in San Diego, which is a lot of Navy energy there, a lot of secret space program energies there. So yeah, I didn't think anything of it when I was looking at this stuff, and then I had like an energy attack last night. So it's like, okay, so I have to go back through my trace my steps, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember when I found this company. It's like, maybe that has something to do with it. And I started looking into it more. It's like, holy crap! It's like this is evil. This is and it looked pretty gross to begin with, but anyway. So yeah, so it's just funny how I just kind of found it without looking for it. I wasn't looking for it; just sort of came into my field. So just like channeling, I wasn't looking for that either, and here we are. And it's like channeling. It's like, is that a choice? I don't know. I feel like I didn't have any choices, with all honesty. It's like you have crap or crap. It's like you have a bad, you just don't have a good choice. There are no good choices. So I don't think all of us have a choice. Some people have a choice, and they're probably living a luxurious life somewhere, giving out general messages and connected to whatever. But anyway, so we're going to the Immortals. This is going back to yesterday's. What was the name of that again? Zardos. I guess Zardos. I didn't realize this. So then I started to look more into it. Basically, Zardos is like the Wizard of Oz, kind of like of course it has immortals that can't die, which is fascinating. Do they have? I don't think we have immortals here. We might, but if we do, I'm not picking up on it. But I mean, if you keep incarnating, that's a bit of an immortality there. Yikes, or a nightmare, whatever comes first. And that can be, obviously traumatizing in all on its own. If you're aware of what's happening, that you're aware that you keep coming back over and over again, which can drive you insane. And most don't even believe in that. So, which is, the lighter side of reality. Yeah, they're lucky. They live longer, less anxiety, less ulcers. But it's funny, like the Zardos, it's kind of funny from the Wizard of Oz. Literally, it's like the spelling of the Wizard of Oz. Anyway, Sorry, it's like an S&M reality. But anyway, I just thought that was funny. That's like a knockoff of Wizard of Oz, basically. So anyway, let's happened to the Immortals and see what they have to say about our existence here, whatever they have to. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just see what they have to say, if anything. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm returning comic private sessions. Oh, whoops, we're not there yet. We're almost there. Okay. We're still not there yet because I'm target.com. Private sessions, maybe. A scheduler, I have a shop here. Webinars, social network, behind the scenes, the archive, and I can submit your topic. And I'll go into it maybe tomorrow, maybe sometime. We'll see. We have other fish to fry. There we go. So these guys look nice and friendly. So do another. So this is the Predator drone guys, and yeah, it doesn't exactly have the best vibe. Some kind of nuclear fusion. I'm not sure if they're going into details of that. They have surveillance. That's creepy. And you have your merchants of death. So yeah, they make a lot. And this is definitely elite energy for sure. So obviously that wanting attention. And look at the affiliates too much. I don't know what this is. Yeah, lovely. The energy just gets better and better. I'm not sure what that is. Is this all? This is all them. I guess this is all their other yeah, the control grid that they're creating for us. Lovely. Medical mind control here. Put an implant in your brain. Eat that, Elon Musk. We beat you to it. And it's these guys too for healthcare. Not sure what that has to do with Healthgate. That doesn't have exactly the best title, so it's definitely a elitist company for sure. All right. So yeah. So this is the alien abduction situation here. I guess this is what's kind of like a mummy type of being to some level. Something out of, is that really a spike coming out of his face? That's nice. But it has a lot of reptilian energy connected to it. So, lovely. Come to our ship. They talk about kids. Be careful of talking to strangers. But have a creature show up. It's like, they don't have a class for that one. Yikes. Maybe they're getting a little bit exaggerated in some of this, but there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of material. I mean, it's still a big deal. Why would somebody make up something like this? What would be the point? I mean, nobody's gonna believe it anyway. So it's like, of course, you have a lot of UFO people that are freaking nuts, but still. Anyway, there's one other thing. We have our the nut ball. Let's see if I can get this up here. Oh, jeez, is that really got that? Oh, jeez. So I guess the Met Ball is going on. Not that anybody really cares. This is like a Illuminati or an Anunnaki ball. I don't know. It's for the wealthy. Have nothing better to do with themselves and dress up in weirdness. The rest of the world works, and they watch them look ridiculous. It's kind of like Burning Man, kind of. But it's only one night. Is there anything to brag about? Probably not. But they brag about it anyway. Not that anybody really cares. So this is interesting. So I didn't know about this. It's a nice ad there. But yeah, this girl dressed up like as a feline. I don't know what this is about. That's creepy. Oh yeah, I guess so. So this is the felines at the red carpet. So Met Ball 2023. Why cats dominate I don't know, man. I don't know what that is. He's literally dressed up like he's a cat. Lovely. Yeah, this is what I came here for. It doesn't have the best vibe though. That's the thing. All for a bunch of cats, but I even feel kind of sick looking at it. I don't know what that is. It's a glitter being. So Rise of the Felines, huh? But that's pretty real. I mean, if you're a cat being, but she does not have a good vibe, and this is kind of ridiculous itself. I'm not sure why. Oh yeah, because it's Ralph Lauren or the guy that's the Met Balls for looks like a cat. That's right. Uh, yeah, Met Gala. I don't know if it has that. I remember. I forgot the name of the guy's name. I don't because I don't care. Uh, yeah, some kind of fashion designer, and he has a white cat. So people are dressing up like cats. But I don't see a picture of him. I think I'm horrified enough as it is. Okay, nightmare is over. Okay, I'm not gonna look at that anymore. Okay, yeah, that's. I think I'd rather be abducted by those Mississippi aliens and be around that. So, yeah, or have neither one of them. It's kind of like Burning Man, though. That's the vibe. A lot of elitist energy. Jeez, yeah. I guess they go from world to world to be an elite, and it is an Anunnaki energy. And one thing about the Anunnaki, we're having this whole gender issue here. I would say that's normal for the Anunnaki. Not all Anunnaki beings, but some of them can't figure out their agenda or their gender, or they're just kind of in this weird female male world where they don't know. I don't know. They don't know what the hell they're doing. We see that here all the time. So, well, it's gotten more bizarre, that's for sure. So anyway, okay, we're going to the UFO abduction energies. We're going to the Merchant of Death company. It's an AI energy, mind control connected to it, surveillance, lovely, quiet, all shadow government energy. No surprise there. There's a shadow version of it, that's for sure. So, and Immortals. And see where we go on from them. I got a cat here. I don't know. Usually I'm fine. I come up here and everything starts to fly around. So the cats are in the background somewhere. So, okay. All right. Okay, here we go, bosses. Greetings. We are reptilians. We do create our own drones for abducting people, for scientific experiments. Not all of us are speaking to each other, so we just do whatever we feel like. We don't really care how we interact with humans. Because yes, these are realized aliens that see your world as just a world of fish. I mean, your humans live in your life, but they just see it as an experiment, you can say. So when humans get abducted here, they don't think anything of it. Were these beings here to cause you difficulty? Not really. They're just doing it for their own knowledge. They didn't really care. Just like humans fishing on your world. Just grab a fish. It's like, oh, that's not going to work for me. And throw it back. It's the same energy. But we do take DNA. It doesn't mean that we're doing, hybrid programs and things like that. Of course, that is going on. Well, it's just to better understand your race, and maybe we can use your DNA possibly for other, hybrid programs possibly in the future. But also, it's just it's kind of like abducting a human. It's almost like taking the human population's temperature. Take one human, check it out, and you can also feel the vibe of the other humans here to a certain level, like the chemical balance, what's the mentality that's going on in your world. It's just, it connects the energy of it, but actually connected to a human gives us more data. Is this something that is frowned upon, or your race probably doesn't enjoy it too much? But for us, there is a lack of care. There's no empathy. But once again, your race does a lot of animal slaughters and things like that. Of course, yes, you do for food production, but a lot of it is just even for abuse. So there's that. One thing for food is different. It doesn't have the best environment, but due to the low frequencies that are here, it's understood because it's not really a reptilian world, but it's a reptilian influenced world. Of course, you have to find some way to find energy or fuel for the body. So eating meat and things like that just works out. But a lot of humans still have a lot of trouble, even those spiritually developing, don't want to see the universe for how it really is. They want to see a sugar coated version of it. So these abductions, as rough as they are, is a wake up call. And eventually your race will start taking it seriously. Many are scared of it. Those that go through the actual abductions are, they're decent people. And they're not crazy. It's like, okay, that kind of ruined my day, but of course it can take your life off to a whole nother level. It can really ruin somebody's life, basically. And you've seen countless sightings of that. You've seen a lot of that. So it's just not that it's going to increase on your planet. That's why a lot has been held back. Of course, there are still abductions happening. You just don't hear much about it. Similar, well, the Greys also are doing it for their own well-being, but sometimes they do feel like they are doing it to help you, even if they don't always communicate it better, because they do get a better vibe of what's going on your planet. Yeah, it's never going to be an easy one. Well, your world has to start awakening more to what's happening here, and unless violent acts will occur. But as long as it stays clueless as it is, it's going to go through these type of situations. Now, more people are becoming aware of it. It is four-dimensional, but it's a little bit heavy for some to take in. Those are skeptical of these energies. Some just want kind of like a tunnel vision of their reality. They just don't want to see this alien energy. They don't want the fourth dimension. They reject it. They have a love obsession with the physical realms. And so they're going to shut down any type of fourth dimensional knowledge, no matter what. So it's just that it's like kind of like a baby in a crib. They just want to see whatever they want to see. Well, yeah, that's maybe not the best idea. Well, anyway, we'll just leave you with that. Blessings. Greetings, this is General Atomics. Consciousness, there's an AI frequency there. AI in its primitive form. And it is basically, now, yes, a lot of these corporations of, what do you call it? Your aerospace are alien origined. There are alien companies, and they're careful on how they influence society. Yes, they might be part of the wars for now until they start creating more higher dimensional technologies publicly. They're involved with to a certain level, but as humanity evolves, your technology will evolve. Of course, humanity steps back a lot, and there is influence there to keep you going backwards. Many of you run into that a lot. It's like, are you ready for the future? And many aren't. Some of you are. Your numbers are very small compared to the rest of the population. I mean, how many here are really trying want a flying car or higher dimensional living or less stress? Some want less stress, but they're not ready for it. But society has to start asking for this new future. So yes, you're going to have abuse of power within these corporations. Lockheed Martin. They're going to keep the vibrations low. They give what people want. Now, this is not the whole population, but this is quite a few. Your human race can still fight the manipulation, just chooses not to. You are given chances to change. Like, here's some higher dimensional knowledge. You can go forward or go backwards. Many choose to go backwards, but not everybody. So, like your Roswell was showing higher dimensional knowledge, alien beings. They might have issues, but they are here, and it's up to your population to take it more seriously. Which many rejected it, afraid, they don't want an alien in their lives. Yes, they have to pay bills, and then some of those I have to go work and all. That's like a excuse. Not always, but sometimes it's an excuse. It's just like, oh, I have family, I have all this. I don't need that reality. But you can go into a more futuristic reality. Obviously, it's just there's beings here that say, "Do you really want it?" And many say no. So, Greeks, we have the Immortals. Uh, some Immortals are, yes, old people. Some of them, where they can extend their life to even 100 years old. Do they need to be 200? Not likely. 100 is usually enough. 105. The body. It just like, society is not necessarily needing a person to live to 200 years old. Obviously, some do suspect that does exist here. Uh, and it might. It's not showing. It doesn't matter. Why would somebody want to live to 200 years old is beyond a lot of us. But it can't happen on accident. Well, some can also reset their energy. It's like they're 200 years old, but they tell everybody they're 90. But that's very rare if it happens at all. So just putting that out there. If their birth certificate just conveniently disappears at one point, and they might seem like you get the vibes like, I think you're older than what you say you are. Obviously, many of you are not going to run into that very often or at all. Some of you might feel that in your own energy in some lifetimes where you live like for 1,000 years, but that's good or bad. It all depends. But as an immortal energy, yes, you can live for 2,000, 5,000 years, especially in a world like yours, will drive anyone insane. But yes, the reincarnation process is a version of immortality, and yes, you can be locked into that. Like if you're an immortal, like in Atlanteans, a lot of them are immortals, and they like did a lot of horrible things in your past, and so they're locked in to incarnate, just like you're locked into going to a 9 to 5 job. Like they have to come back here until they fix things. They don't care how much the beings here don't care how much they suffer. It's like you need to fix your mess. So to give you another aspect of what's happening here behind the scenes. Now, some of you can handle that knowledge, understand that others are just living in their own reality. And yes, as you see, many are not really ready for the future. Some of you are. Some of you are here to build it, and you realize many are just. It's like you do the hard work, and others, reap the rewards of it, which is not fair. But you do it anyway to just do the right thing, even if many did get spoiled here. So you're seeing a lot of Atlantean, problems again. There's just a lot of lazy people that just want the higher dimensions and just lay around and do nothing. And that's fine. But did they do anything to work for it? A lot of them did not. So that's another reason why it has not showed up. So some of you are doing hard work to clear out your karma, but also do the right thing. So if you feel like your life is difficult, but you feel like this is where I need to be, as much as I don't enjoy it, there's a purpose for it. And others do get what they want in life, and it can get very lonely there. They don't know what to do with themselves. There's a lot of that happening. They become jealous of others because they have it. Life is good, life is nice, but they're not really accomplishing a lot. They see others with harder lives accomplishing more. So we'll just leave you with that. Let's see.